been to both. Do you still love Nigeria? That has been the question, you guys, I have been asked over and over and over again since I've gotten back from my travels to the Gambia. So first, I want to take this time to introduce myself. My name is Keke Loves Nigeria. I talk about relationships, and I talk about my travels and my experiences to Nigeria and now the Gambia. I want to thank you for watching. If this is your first time watching, I want to thank you for tuning in. And if you're a return viewer, you know I'm always thankful to you for watching. So hey, today, this is a topic that I've been asked so many times since I've been back. People want to know, which country do I prefer? Well, here we go. So first, before I talk about it, I got to say this, you guys. I have to explain to you, comparing the Gambia and Nigeria is pretty much like comparing apples to oranges. And why I say that is because Nigeria is a member of OPEC, which is an oil-producing country. They produce oil as their export, okay? The Gambia, they produce agriculture, okay? So Nigeria is much more wealthier. Nigeria, according to the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, Nigeria is the richest country in Africa. The richest country in Africa, okay? Their GDP is $449 billion. Look, I couldn't even get it out. $449 billion a year, okay? Compared to the Gambia, they produce agriculture. That's what they do to make money. You know, cashew nuts, Brazil nuts, and different kind of agriculture, okay? You can't really compare an agriculture society to an oil-producing society. It's just not a fair comparison. You know, it's just not fair. And the population, Nigeria is like one of the most populous nations in the world. So, you know, you can't really compare those two like that. So, you got to look inside the culture, inside that society, and then pull out different things to compare that's not based on money, because you can't do it based on money because it's just not fair. So we're going to look at different things, okay? Although money does impact these things, we're going to still look at these things, okay? So the first thing I wanted to look at was food. Now, everybody who watches Keke Loves Nigeria, you guys know that me and Nigerian food, we are not the best of friends, honey. I do not like crayfish. I don't like fish with chicken. I don't like fish with beef. I don't like fish with meat. I don't like fish with anything but fish, and I don't like fish every day, and I don't like crayfish sprinkled in all my food. So in Nigeria, a lot of the food in Lagos, Yoruban food, is mixed with crayfish, okay? A lot of it. Where I was at, it was heavily influenced by Yoruban culture, so I ate a lot of Yoruban food, okay? That food has a lot of crayfish in it, and I don't like that. So, for that reason alone, I couldn't do Nigerian food. Gambia would win that. Gambian food to me is delicious, you guys. It is so spicy. It is so flavorful. It is full of, oh my God, just some has chicken, some has fish, it has onions, it has vegetables, it's seasoned so good. You know, there's rice, there's different types of dishes. So I would have to say it goes to Gambian food. If you've ever had Senegalese food, Gambian food is similar to that. To me, Senegalese food was a little spicier than Gambian food, but it could have been, you know, the Senegalese people who were making the food. But to me, Senegalese food was just a little spicier, but it was delicious. I love Senegalese food, so I love Gambian food. So of course, Gambia wins that award. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna talk about, the people, okay? So we can compare the people, because people are people, right? If you're just comparing average people, let's talk about that. So we're talking about the friendliness of the people. So when I look at the friendliness of the people, I'm gonna look at it this way. When I'm in groups of people, like in Nigeria, when I go to the mall, the people aren't very friendly. The people in Lagos don't smile at you. They don't speak to you. They'll stare at you because they know you're from a different country. I don't know how, but they just know because everybody's black, but they will spot you and know that you are not from Nigeria, and they'll stare at you. Just rude. They're not going to say hi, bye, nothing, just a stare the whole time, okay? So I thought that was rude, but that's just what they do. So, friendliness in crowds, Nigerians are not so friendly in crowds, okay? The Gambians, friendliness in crowds. When I would go to the crowd, to the market, okay, let me tell you something funny. When I went to the market during Ramadan, I was there during Ramadan. So I went to the market and I had on shorts and I had on a short sleeve t-shirt. The market was full because people were getting ready for Eid, okay? It was like 4 or 5 days before Eid. I hope I'm saying it right. I might say it wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. So they were all getting their outfits, getting their clothes, getting the fabric and everything. So, I was buying my fabric. I was gonna make me some dresses and everything. So I noticed everybody was staring at me at the market, at the fabric store, okay? So I'm looking at me, I'm looking at what I got on. I'm like, why is everybody looking at me? So then I looked around and I saw, oh, it's what I got on. I'm not supposed to be dressed like this. So I said, okay, I gotta dress differently. I gotta go get me some clothes so I can dress differently, so I can respect the culture, because this is just not cool. So it wasn't that they were looking at me mean. Nobody rolled their eyes. Nobody was mean mugging me. Nobody was doing any of that. When I caught eye contact with people who were looking at me, they just smiled and said hello, but they were all kind of looking at me like, oh, poor thing. I just kept getting that look, y'all, like, oh, poor thing. So that look was enough for me to say, okay, I'm gonna go to the market. I'm just gonna buy me a whole new wardrobe because I'm not gonna be walking around like this. And guess what, y'all? The clothes I bought, I liked them. They felt comfortable, they looked good, and I was happy to dress like that. So I was happy to change my wardrobe. So friendliness, I would say the Gambian people in a crowd is more friendlier than the Nigerian people. One-on-one, like when you meet people just talking to them. Nigerians are friendly like that. When you start up a conversation with one of them, they are very nice people when you talk to them one-on-one. Extremely nice, okay? Same thing with Gambians. Extremely nice when you talk to them one-on-one. Very nice people. So I would say Gambian, Nigerians, one-on-one friendliness is a tie because they were both very friendly people. So that is a tie. One-on-one, a tie. But in a crowd, Gambia wins. Okay, welcoming. Who's more welcoming? I would say the Gambians are more welcoming than the Nigerians. And that's only because Nigeria isn't really a tourist place. It doesn't base its money off tourism. So tourism isn't really important to them. So they don't really value it like that. So they don't look at you as like, well, you're stimulating my economy, you're bringing money to my economy. They don't look at you like that. They just look at you like what you want, what you want. Pretty much what you want. So, are they welcoming? Not so much. Not so much to tourists. Not so much. You're not going to feel welcome in Nigeria. You're just not going to feel that overwhelming, like, oh, we're happy you're here. Welcome home. You're welcome. You're not going to get that. You're not. So don't expect that because you're not, at least in Lagos. And I didn't get that in Benue, and I didn't get that in Kogi State. I didn't get that anywhere in Nigeria. I got them looks and I got like, okay, but again, one-on-one, it was different. But in the Gambia, welcoming. The Gambian people were extremely welcoming. Every person you meet in the Gambia, it seems like they take your happiness, your happiness in their country, they take that upon themselves. You feeling welcome, you feeling loved, you're having a good time. They really want you to have that. They really want you to have that. I was having this, this disagreement with somebody when I was there, and it happened to be a man, an American man. We got in this really bad, disagreement, and this Gambian guy, he heard it. And, he came over and he told the guy, don't talk to her like that. He said, she's in my country and I want her to feel welcome here, and you're not going to talk to her like that. And that was the end of it. And see, that's what I mean. They want you to feel welcome. So he wanted me to feel welcome, so much so that he saw that somebody was totally, disrespecting me, and he intervened and said, no, you're not going to do that. She's in my country and we want her to be happy and welcome here. So Gambians, yes, extremely, extremely welcoming people. Okay, so they would win that one. I'm sorry, Nigeria. Y'all just not welcoming when it comes to tourists. Y'all could just care less whether we come or stay home. So religious influence on the culture. Both countries are heavily influenced by religion. Did I say heavily influenced? Heavily influenced by religion. So much so that religion dictates their day-to-day lives. Okay? In Lagos, Christianity is the culture there. It's mainly Christian, but when you go outside, it becomes Muslim. Christianity culture, every Sunday, when I tell y'all everybody was gone to church, everybody was gone to church but me. I didn't go to church. But everybody was gone to church. Everybody goes to church there. Everybody goes to church there, okay? So Sunday, when you go out, you're not going to see cars on the street. It looks like a ghost town. Any other time you're in Lagos, it's crazy. But on Sundays, nothing, because everybody goes to church. Everyone, okay? So, heavily influenced by culture, religious culture. When you go outside to northern Nigeria, that's when you're going to run into the Muslim culture. Again, heavily influenced by that culture. Day-to-day operation, Islam. Day-to-day, every day. What people do, what people say, heavily influenced. Heavily influenced. The Gambia, heavily influenced by Muslim culture. Heavily influenced, okay? So, day-to-day operations, you're going to see Muslim culture. You're going to experience Muslim culture. To understand the people, you really need to understand the Muslim culture, okay? So if you're going to Nigeria, if you're going to the Gambia, I suggest you study the Muslim culture. It's very easy to learn about it. Just go online, Google it, ask questions, discover Islam, especially if you plan on dating Muslim men. Ladies, you need to understand who you're dealing with, okay? And Islam will help you understand that, okay? So I'm not saying you got to convert to Islam. I'm not saying you got to do any of that. But what I'm saying, if you want to truly experience the place you're going to and truly understand that place, then you need to understand the religion and the impact that religion has on that culture, okay? Same thing for the Gambia. If you're going to the Gambia, same thing. Ladies, take the time to study that culture. Study that culture. Study that culture. Okay? Study Islam culture. It's so important because it's heavily influenced there. You're not going to know what's going on. You're not going to know how to act. You're not going to know what's expected. You're not going to know anything if you don't understand Islam. Now, I'm not saying understand it completely, but understand the basics of it. And you can do just a little Google search on that. Okay? So, again, both of them, both places heavily influenced by religion. Before you go, know your religion. Know what they study. Know what they think. Okay, so to answer the question, do I still love Nigeria? Do I love the Gambia? I would say I love both of them. I love them both for different reasons. They both have different things to offer. It just depends on what you want and what you are looking for. I'm looking to start a school, and I want to have a school in Africa. Nigeria is not going to let that happen because Nigeria has the Boko Haram who does not promote Western education. And that's what I know, Western education, because I was educated in the West. So of course my school is going to promote Western education. Okay? In the Gambia, I won't have a problem doing that. So for me, because my interest is in the Gambia, my interest is in education, my interest is in social programs, the Gambia is a better fit for me. But if I was doing business, if I was more inclined to do just business, then I might go to Nigeria because Nigeria has more money. So I could sell my products for more and I could make more money off my products there. So that's what I would do if I was doing straight business. But since I'm doing, education and I'm interested in that, that's why I'm saying the Gambia. But it just depends on what you want, what you're interested in, and what you want to do. That's all. Okay. So look, that's all I have, you guys. Remember, just because they're different doesn't mean bad. It just means they're different. And remember, you don't have to choose. You can love them both. Because remember, love is limitless. Love has no limits. All right, that's all I have. If you have questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section. And until we meet again, remember to always stay crazy, sexy, and